Hello everyone, my name is Karthik Singla and I'm from batch CO16 and I've been interning at Paytm. So during the course of my internship, I've worked on the project Payment Gateway Transactions Reconciliation under the industry mentor Mr. Shivanshu Gupta and under the faculty mentor Mr. Sanjeev Brown. So introduction to the company. So Paytm, also known as Paytm Mobile, is an Indian multinational financial technology company specializing in digital payment system, e-commerce, and financial services. It was founded in August 2010 by Mr. Vijay Shekhar Sharma in Noida with an initial investment of $2 million. So initially, Paytm started off as a DTH recharge platform and a mobile prepaid recharge platform. And later on, it went to add much more things, as we can see in this image of the Paytm timeline. So as you can see, it was founded in 2010, and in 2014, Paytm launched its Paytm wallet, and Indian Railways and Uber were among the first merchants that availed the services of Paytm, and they also launched an e-commerce website with online deals and ticketing. In 2015, they went on further adding many more services, for example, adding education fees, metro recharges, electricity bills, etc. And they also launched Paytm Payments Bank. And in 2016, they launched movies, events, amusement park ticketing facilities, and also flight ticketing facilities. In 2017, Paytm Gold was launched and Paytm Payments Bank, along with Paytm Payments Bank and in-chat payments. That is, we can chat with the sender or receiver. And amongst this, Paytm Mall was also launched. And in 2018, Paytm further launched its mobile gaming platform, which is called Paytm First Games. And also, services of Paytm Money started. And as we can see in 2019, 2020, and they added much more services. And finally, Paytm launched its IPO in 2021. And as of 2020, Paytm had about 400 million active users in India, and about 20 million active merchants which are using Paytm QR code systems for accepting the payments. Now, a bit introduction about my department. I work in the payment gateway department. So, what is a payment gateway? Payment gateway is something which acts as an interface between banks and merchants. So, it is a technology which is used by the merchants to accept the money through different pay modes. For example, credit card, debit card, net banking, etc. So, a contract is created between Paytm and merchant using its own value. Here, the contract means collecting and validating merchant information, creating their merchant accounts, and fixing our commission with them, basically. So as we all know, the Paytm Gateway is a huge department. So in this department, we have a team that is called the back office team, BO team. So back office team is majorly involved in as a file sharing platform between different systems. So basically, we pick the file and do some processing and put the file on sublocation on the server. So there are basically five steps that are involved in the transaction conversation. First is acquiring transactions. Next is money movement into nodal account. Third is high standardization, which is handled by the model called Berkeley. And fourth is file processing, which is handled by the model called Recon. And the fifth and the last step is data comparison. So let's look at these steps one by one. First is the acquiring transactions. Suppose I am the customer who wants to avail the services of some XYZ company, and we are using PPM payment gateway. So what is the first step when the transaction is initiated by the user? So first step is acquiring bank. Acquiring bank is a merchant bank. It is used by the merchant to accept the payments. Okay, so after the acquiring bank, the transaction goes to card network. Card network are the institutions which helps us in facilitating the card payments. Some of the popular card network institutions are Visa, Mastercard, American Express, RuPay, etc. And the last and the final step is issuing bank. Issuing bank is the customer's bank, that is which is used by the customer to pay to the merchant. After checking whether the account of customer has sufficient balance or not, the transaction is marked success. Now coming to the second step, which is money movement into nodal account. So on T plus one days, that is the day after the transaction is happening, the issuing bank transfers the amount to our nodal account. Nodal account basically are sorry, nodal account basically are the accounts which handles the funds temporarily, and after deducting our commission, we transfer this money to the merchant's account. And along with this amount, the issuing bank also shares with us the file which contains the record of all the transactions. There are basically three ways by which we can get this file. First is we can download from the bank's web portal, or we can download from the email, or we can pick up from an SFTP location, of the bank. So these are the three ways. Now coming to the third step. This is called file standardization, and it is handled by my team, this BOT. So basically, there's like two jobs. Before explaining that, let me explain how the files is picked by the workplace system. So the files on so there are different folders so there are different folders for different bank names with their different payments on the servers. And these and the files are put by the other team, which we have discussed in the previous slide, on these servers. So what it does is that it converts the raw bank file into KTM and to fixed KTM format for further processing. This is the first step. This is the first step that this model does. And the second step is Berkeley makes the two CSV files from this how to edit the bank. First is fund file, second is charging file. Fund file is the file which contains which contains all the transaction records, how we have to initiate the refund. And second is the charging file, which contains records of all the transactions for which the services was successfully availed by the customer. As we can see here, this is the block diagram of this module. So the raw location file is the input location from where Buffy picks up the files. And after processing the files, it sends the file. The process file is sent to the different location, and the input file is sent to another location for the record purposes. And the fourth step is file processing, and it is handled by the module called Coupon, and this module is handled by our team. So it takes as the process file of it takes the process file of Buffy. So basically, the output of Buffy is the input of this module. So the first step which it does is that it gets all the files and store it in the database. Along with this table, we have another table which tracks the status of the file being processed. For example, the status can be pending, init, processing, or failed. And what the main job is of this module is to perform some basic validations on order ID length, like the order ID length is okay or not, or there are no special characters, etc. So as we can see on this diagram, there is Buffy, BO, P plus, and OPG. Buffy is the previous module, BO is the this current module. Basically, it segregates the transactions on the basis of transaction ID into two parts, OPG and P plus transactions. All these platforms, these P plus and NPD are the ones which actually compares their data and raises the discrepancy in there is one. The last step is bank file versus plus net data comparison. So plus net data is basically data, basically the transactions that were recorded by the Paytm internally. So on a particular day, when an MI is filed, shared by the bank, record by the external number is picked. External number is something which is common to the both bank file and the Paytm internal transactions. Through this external serial number only, we cross check the same transactions. So various parameters are cross-checked. For example, the status of the transaction of that particular transaction, the currency of the particular transaction, or the amount. And in case if there is a mismatch, the corresponding type of discrepancy is raised, and that record is stored in an internal memory. So this was the whole flow of the reconciliation process. So these are the various tools and technologies used. We have used Java and Spring for development purposes. And we have used the tool Maven for build automation, and we have used it for version controlling, and we have used Bitbucket for for code cloud hosting. And we have used some technologies, for example, Kafka. So these are the snapshots of the project. As you can see, this is the exact replica of what we can see on the server. So as you can see, we have folders name as axis-cc plus bc. Axis is the bank type and cc plus bc is the payment type. And on the left, we can see this is the location from where Buffy picks up the files. And on the right, we can see this is the location where Buffy dumps the files after processing. So at the right, we can see the file which is provided by the banks and after processing. At the left, we can see the file which is processed, and it is the output of Buffy. So what were the professional and technical learnings? First, let us talk about the professional learning. So earlier, I have not worked in the teams much. So I got to know the importance of working in teams during my internship, and also I learned how to communicate properly in order to express my thoughts, and also learned about coordinating with different teams, that how different teams work to achieve the same goal. And some of the technical learnings were I learned about software design patterns and learned about different technologies, for example, Spring, Maven, Java, etc. And also I got to know how to write their code in more organized way and keeping different aspects under different packages and classes. So these are few of the key highlights. This first is I learned how to write the enterprise level code and learn how the process of payment gateway works. Also learned to work different softwares, tools, and technologies like Spring, Maven, software design patterns, etc. Also learn to work together with different teams. So this is the feedback of the semester. So overall, it was very smooth experience with timely notifications. The curriculum was well structured with appropriate deadlines. And also I got great support from industry mentors as well as faculty mentors. They have resolved any queries which I had during the duration of my internship. And also at the last there was easy to use IM reporting. So this was my presentation. Hope you liked it. Thank you.